Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this week's episode of our podcast.
What up? What up? Waka waka.
What is that?
I don't know, but one of the staffs at work, anytime I thank him for something, he says waka waka back. And I never know how to respond.
What is that supposed to imply?
You're welcome? I don't know. Maybe it's like welcome, welcome. Like if an alien said it,
Interesting.
you're welcome. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't ever respond. I just leave them on red after that. I mean, there's no more conversation. I said thank you. He said you're welcome. That's it.
You leave them on red in person?
In person? What?
I thought you said the interaction was in person.
No, a lot of.
Oh,
Well,
and the
it does
chat?
happen in person, but also when I message him personally, like, here, I said, awesome, appreciate you, sir, waka waka.
Oh, makes sense.
And then
I thought you meant in person.
anytime I say thanks, waka waka. Thank you, waka waka. Like, I don't know, I guess that's just his thing.
Well,
And you've met him, he's a weirdo.
yeah, a little bit. Anyways, how's everybody doing?
So good, I'm glad you guys are good. We are great as well. Specifically, I don't even know where I was going with that.
Well,
we are good.
our what's the term here?
Our lives are changed forever.
Yes, that's it. But there's a specific term that I was looking for. But basically, everything that we've been hyping about for like the past 2 or 3 weeks, it's officially out. If you haven't seen that video, it was uploaded yesterday. So you should definitely go check it out because it's a good one. And it's the, what's the word? I can't think of a word.
Introduction?
No, I guess. No, there was a specific word that I was trying to.
That video wasn't yesterday. It was this whole week's vlogs.
Oh, my bad.
Tuesday and Thursday.
I thought that was going up on Thursday. So it was up on Tuesday. So you should definitely have watched it by now.
That video actually just came out at the time of this recording 2 minutes ago. So, like she said, go watch it if you haven't. It's a good one.
I was trying to say that's like the not documentary. What's the word?
What?
Like the
just say it in longer form.
I don't even know how to put it into longer form.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, the way that I'm gonna explain it is gonna sound really stupid. Oh, I just noticed I never turned this light on. That's supposed to be on.
Oh well.
Sorry if we look really bright. Like the
You're such an idiot.
Isn't working.
Listen, guys, we got a dog, and vlogs are out. So
I was just trying to say, like that was like the process,
the journey.
Yes, but like the recording of it,
the documentation.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like
okay.
Document is that the right word for it?
I don't know.
It's a video of our new addition to our family.
Yes.
There was a specific word that I was trying to find. I guess document was the word, like our documentation of the next journey of our lives. I don't know where I was going with that.
The beginning, like that. Or the beginning to the next chapter of our life. That's what I was kind of alluding to when I said our lives are changed forever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I mean like the recording of it, like us making the video of that.
Sure. I don't know what word you're going for there, but
I don't know either. That's all I'm trying to explain.
You sound stupid.
It's not coming to me. Yeah, we got a little pupper.
Got a little Staffordshire Bull Terrier. 8 weeks old, and he is a riot.
He's a menace.
Yeah, he's an absolute menace to society.
But he's an angel when he needs to be. It's really just during the day that, I mean, he's a puppy. He's going to act like a puppy. So during the day, he gets a little rowdy and loves to bite everything in sight.
Yep. Yeah, we're obviously with time we're going to correct some behaviors, but, like she just said, he's a puppy. He's barely 8 weeks old. We're not expecting much. I mean, he's starting to get sit down. He's starting to get that down in the books, so that's definitely good.
when he chooses. That's the only. Right now, he's. I don't know if it's because of their breed or maybe they just like weren't doing too much training with them when they were born and like
And even
kind
if
of
they were
skipped
doing
over it.
training, the lady was Italian, so it's not like he could understand us versus her better.
Maybe. But like 8 to 9 week year old puppies definitely have at least like 5 things down that they know how to do. And he's not it's not clicking.
Yeah.
It's like he chooses when he wants to listen and that's it. Like it's so hard to train him right now. So he's I don't know. He's a special boy.
I mean, this lady, she's been breeding staffies for a while. She has staffies of her own. So it's not like she doesn't know how to train it. I think the issue here is that he's probably been being taught in Italian for the last 8 weeks. So we have to get him used to English.
But it's not even just the language barrier thing. It's like his attention span just like isn't
Well, that too.
there,
But
so
that's what
you
I'm saying.
can't get his attention at all to even try to train him.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's like
he is.
he needs to be in an empty room with nothing for you to get his attention.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, he's barely 8 weeks old. I'm not. I'm giving him some slack. I mean, the fact that it's barely been what, like 3 days since we've had him, a couple days. We're starting to get sit down. It's just his attention span. We got to keep his attention on us. I'll get better at that. But like he's getting there. He's just a baby. Like of course his attention span's gonna be small. He's a little idiot.
I guess.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
But he is currently sleeping next to us.
Yeah,
We
if we're
have him
talking a little bit
in
lower,
the crate.
it's because he's right there next to me in his crate trying to sleep.
He is a pretty heavy sleeper though, so that's one
Oh
thing I
yeah,
am thankful for.
this little guy knocks the fuck out,
Nothing affects him, so that's good. We can still like
just like his dad.
be yeah.
When I'm asleep, I'm asleep. You cannot bother me.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. He sleeps so much. That's all he does is sleep, sleep, sleep. Today he took like 3 naps in the morning, and then his afternoon nap lasted like 3 hours. So this man is awake for like 2 hours in total, probably throughout the day.
Yeah,
He sleeps so much.
yeah. He's
But
been he's been precious.
yeah,
We love him dearly. He can be a little annoying, especially with
it's just the biting.
yeah.
I
It's just
think
the
it's a
biting,
pain.
but that's just something that we're gonna. It's just one of those things you get down with time. I mean, I'm starting to like smack his face, kind of put my fingers in his mouth and like try to get him to stop. I'm trying to like keep his mouth shut too. I just kind of hold it shut. So with time, I believe it'll be fine.
Yeah, the biting thing definitely. It's not even just because of the breed that he is. It really is just
It's
something
just
that
puppy
all
behavior.
dogs, and it lasts for like 2 months.
Yeah,
So it's gonna happen.
yeah.
It'll just die down eventually.
And by biting, we don't mean like actual biting. It's not
No,
aggressive.
he's
He's
just
just playing.
he's teething.
Yeah,
He's got little baby teeth.
yeah. He's just playing.
I mean, it
Although
hurts
he
a
he
little bit.
has, there have been a few moments where he doesn't know his own strength. Like he got my knuckle on my right hand. He got one of those pretty good. Everything else has just been little marks that have gone away by now.
Yeah, I
But
only have one little spot that he gave me earlier this afternoon that actually broke skin, but other than that, it's just been regular scratches all over the place.
yeah,
But it's okay.
he's all good. We love him so much.
Yeah, he's a spoiled baby.
Yeah, I'm very very excited. This is the life I've been waiting for. Um, it's really just coming together piece by piece for me.
Yeah,
It's
this was the first step. I don't know if we've mentioned it in a podcast before, but we've definitely talked about it in our YouTube videos. Just saying like this was the first step to like us really starting a family and before we have kids
yeah.
because we want to make sure that he's trained and ready to go with little babies around.
Hmm.
So this was that initial step, and then not too soon, but in the future, it will be time for little minions.
Yeah, little goobers, little childrens. Yeah, like she said, the intention was probably give about like a year and a half ish, 2 years space between us getting a puppy, training him up, making sure that he's good to go to be able to handle being around kids and the rest of our family that we end up growing. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure we have mentioned this directly in like podcast or videos, but we were gonna get a Dachshund, a little wiener dog, and
Yeah, we
he
had been
was
talking about that for months because I finally was able to convince him to get the weenie dog
yeah, we came to a
because
compromise.
he grew up with a baby dog. I grew up with a pit bull, and he wanted a big dog, and I wanted a small dog. So eventually, he finally agreed to wanting to get a weenie dog if I let him pick the name. So it was gonna be a little blonde weenie, and his name was gonna be Obi Ween.
Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
But when we went to Milan with some of our good friends, Griffin and Darcy, you guys can watch that vlog as well. Oh, actually, that part was in the video. That while we were in the main city of Milan, the mall area, we came across a little staffy,
Mm-hmm.
and it was probably about like what 2 months, we'd say,
It was a little
or
bigger
no,
for
not two
sure.
months. That's him right now. Probably like 6 months at least.
Yeah.
This little staffy baby around the mall area, ugh, she absolutely took my heart. It was the cutest thing I'd ever seen, and I was just like, "That's it. Fuck that wiener dog. I need a staffy."
Yeah.
So we're still gonna get a wiener dog though, but like later down the road, once we have our kids, and probably closer to when we leave Italy, whether it's moving to a different base or just getting out of the Air Force and going back stateside completely. But that remains to be seen.
Yeah, we had talked about staffies, like we knew about them and we were like, yeah, we would want one. But the whole problem in the beginning was we weren't sure if we were going to be able to take him on a plane, like once we move again, PCS, because of the breed that he is. Any kind of, what is it, snub nose, short nose?
Yeah,
They can't fly because they got little baby noses. So they have breathing problems. So you can't put them underneath because obviously they're in a plane and they're going to suffocate unless you like get a nurse or somebody to sit with him or something. But they're also not allowed on majority of airlines, and he can't be up with us. So that was a big um he's snoring over there. Oh my god, he's a huge snorer.
oh
He
my god.
snores like a grown man.
Yeah, he snores like he fucking pays the bills around here, and it's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life.
And that's all he does is sleep. But he snores like he hasn't slept in freaking days.
He's so funny. He's so precious. There's been so many moments in just these first like 3 days that we just break out laughing because it's such cute puppy behavior.
He's a special one. And he sleeps on his back in like
Yeah,
the weirdest
he's
positions.
just like
Neck
flopped
is
out.
like touching his butt basically. But yeah, he's a special one. Anyways, yeah, we were just concerned about how we would get him to our next destination if we would even be allowed. And we definitely weren't gonna get a dog to have for a few years and then get rid of him. But after some research, we finally came to the conclusion that we'll figure it out when the time comes, but that there definitely is a way to get him around to where we
Yeah,
need to be.
there definitely will be because I mean we're not going to be the first people ever in the military to have a staffy. So all it's going to take for me is to just ask a few questions around and be able to figure it out. Plus, earlier this year, actually to start this year, 2024, they passed a new bill or law or whatever that helps reimburse you for the cost of shipping for your dog and going like for overseas type moves. We now get up to $2,000 reimbursed. So if that was an issue before, now it's not so much an issue. Not to say it's going to cover the entire cost because I'm sure that there are some families that
That's
might have
still a
multiple
good chunk.
pets or like yeah, but $2,000 is $2,000. Like if you can get that back, you can get it. Um, but yeah, as far as money, I wasn't concerned because I'm gonna get most, if not all of it back. Um, again, we're not the first people to ever have staffies in the Air Force, so all it's gonna take is just asking questions, getting with the right people, and then we'll be able to figure it out. So I wasn't too concerned about all that after looking into it.
Yeah, and it definitely helps that he's in the military because it's like we have to move.
Yeah,
It's not like we're choosing to move somewhere. So we got to leave regardless. It's going to get figured out.
yeah. And
So
either way, I'm probably gonna end up staying in the Air Force. So we have about
we'll be
a
here for
little
a
less
while.
than 8 years because I'm probably gonna end up ipcotting here and extending my time to make a full 8 years of this Italy tour. So yeah, we have a long time to just like get shit situated as far as what company we're gonna use, when, how much it's gonna cost, and it's fine, guys. We'll be fine. This
Yeah.
little buddy's not gonna go anywhere. We got him for life.
Yeah. So once we came to that conclusion, it was pretty much settled
Yeah.
that that was what we were going to go with instead of a weenie.
Yep. Yep. And the decision wasn't so much that like, oh, I said fuck the weenie and then we just switched to a staffy. Like we mentioned earlier, the compromise was I had a smaller dog as a kid. She had a bigger one. So that's why we went. We initially wanted a staffy, but then because we had concerns about his health, the airplane,
Travel
yeah, the
arrangements.
travel and the cost and all that stuff, we were just like, oh, that's probably gonna have to wait until later. But once we figured that out, we went back to our first decision of getting a staffy because they're good family dogs, they're good around kids, provided they're trained properly, which we will make sure of.
Yeah.
And
It's actually the best dog for
yeah,
families.
yeah, that's the main reason we made a staffy the number one pick is because their their nickname is the nanny dog. Like this is what they do is hang around kids and have fun.
He's just a little seal.
Yeah.
He's just so cute.
So, for times that I might be on TY or deployment or even just now on a daily basis, my days are long at work. She's lonely. Now she's got this little idiot to play with and do stuff with. So, just for
Yeah.
family, for protection, and for general companionship, we got a staffy and we're happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nighttime has been really easy,
Oh, yes.
surprisingly. Um,
I was expecting like,
that's honestly like the only concern that you would have with a puppy because they cry and whine and just don't want to be in their cage all night. But he
yeah,
has no issues with the crate at all. I don't know if they crate train him before, but he does really good with the crate. Um, at night, last night he only woke up once, which was at like 1, almost 2 in the morning. So that was barely even in the middle of the night.
yeah,
And then he slept through the whole night, and we just got up normal time, like 7 in the morning. Um, but yeah, he does really good at night.
yeah. I remember when I was a kid and we had bingo, he was kind of a terror at night, just
Every dog
constantly
usually is.
barking, screaming, crying all over the place, whining. I want to get out of the cage. I want to go outside. So yeah, that I was totally gonna expect like newborn baby behavior to just like be up every couple hours. And
Yeah,
when our friends in Alaska, when they got their puppies, they kept telling us every day about how like, oh, you guys are gonna hate this shit. Don't get a dog. It's like literally having a baby. Meanwhile, we're just like
we're
sleeping
sleeping.
through the night, having a good time.
Yeah. Um, he goes in his crate throughout the day. I throw him in there for his naps. So he just sees it as like his sleeping space.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really have issues.
And thanks to the missus, whenever he is up at night, she tells me to just go back to sleep because obviously I have to be up in the morning. So
Yeah.
she takes care of that. So thanks, babe. Really
Yeah.
appreciate that. I try to get up like this morning or last night. I tried to like get up and find my pants, and I'm like, I can't see half asleep.
I
And she was like, no, 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 just go back to bed. I'm like, okay,
yeah, because I think it's just because I'm a woman, natural instincts is like when you know you have to be up for a little baby, your body just like automatically is up and like wide awake. And in the
yeah,
middle of the night, I'm already up and like hoodies on. I'm getting him out and he's still like looking for like his eyes are open, but the not in his he's not awake.
yeah,
But
no,
he's like touching around looking for his pants. I'm like, it's fine, I got it. Like I'm already at the cage taking him out. It takes two
yeah,
seconds because thankfully, right after he goes potty, I throw him back in and he's right back asleep. He
yeah,
has no issues at all. So yeah, it's just a lot easier for me to take him out.
yeah. That shit was funny. I think especially this morning because I remember I like you were already like with him in your arms walking out, and I'm like,
Yeah, I
oh
saw
fuck.
you.
Like my brain was like, dude, get up. So I got up. I'm like looking for my pants. She's like, no, 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 just go back to bed. And then I remember literally just waking up after that for work. I literally passed out so hard I don't remember shit.
Yeah, you're still half asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
Mm-hmm. It's yeah, and it hasn't really. Surprisingly, I'm not really tired having to wake up in the middle of the night. I don't know. I think my body is on this weird natural instinct of motherhood thing right now with this puppy. So I'm just like
Yeah.
ready at all times, and maybe it'll catch up at some point. But thankfully, he seems to like be sleeping throughout the night for the most part, so I might not even have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
But
And luckily, we
yeah,
got good energy drinks to make up for all this tiredness in the middle of the night.
yeah,
Prime Energy. Drink it. That was not a sponsor, by the way. I like Prime. I'm going to advocate it. So
yeah. We were
hopefully we
supposed
do get
to.
sponsored. That'd be cool. Although,
We,
if that's the case, if I
we
want it
missed the
so
can
bad,
today.
yeah, I forgot to bring in like a bottle or something.
I was gonna drink one too, but then I realized the time, and it's fine.
Yeah. Maybe next time. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gunning for that endorsement. I swear. I'm going to be best friends with Logan Paul and KSI. You guys don't even know.
we had or I had tagged him in a post because if
Oh,
you
yeah.
had watched the video of us finding all of the energy drinks, um, I had just posted a picture of it and tagged them, and they had responded back, and then I sent them a picture of us again, actually holding the prime, and then they responded back, but they just said like, "Let's go."
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to expect them to just
No,
immediately
yeah,
be like,
they.
yeah, we got a contract for you, actually. No, we're going to have to work for that shit, and I am willing to do it.
I did try to get a sponsorship through them, but they're currently only working with college kids, apparently. So,
That's whack because I've never once heard a college kid talk about it. All they do is sponsor, like,
well, it's mainly through. After looking through it more, it was more through like sorority houses.
oh, well,
So
that's
like
stupid.
all of their shit gets like sponsored by
Oh,
Prime, and they just get a big bulk of it because I mean it's the whole house of them.
yeah. But even then, I haven't seen any, like, posts about that. I've never once seen that. But maybe
I
I
haven't
don't
either,
look
but
deep enough.
yeah, it's not like Prime themselves post it. It's just like any other sponsorship. Companies just
Yeah.
send out their products, and people post about it, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, guys, let's get on to, I guess, the one main topic on our little document here.
yeah,
Well, yeah, never mind. This is the one thing we have written down. I don't know what this is in reference to. She's saying that it's all over the place. I have not seen anything about it.
it is. I don't know how you haven't
This
seen
is
it,
the
or it
first I
hasn't
hear.
come up on your TikTok.
Nope. All that's on my TikTok right now is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Sky's new account on TikTok. What is it called? Oh
Oh
shit.
yeah, we made a TikTok for him,
Yeah, we
guys.
made yeah. Let me pull it up. Let's
It's
see.
Sky underscore the Staffy.
Yeah, Sky underscore the Staffy. In his description, we got certified baby seal, life through Sky's eyes. So hopefully you guys find it, follow it, and then we can exploit this little guy for some manyan.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Some explosion was happening soon.
Yeah, we love him, but like, let's be honest, guys.
Yeah,
If you're not trying to get a bag, what are you doing?
and like he's just the cutest little baby seal ever.
Yeah,
So there's no way you don't love him and you won't stop and watch and follow.
yeah. But
I,
anyways,
yeah.
the topic is Chiefs player graduating speech. Please inform me on what the hell this is.
I don't remember his name. I'm not in the whole football thing or whatever. But one of the Kansas City Chiefs player was given the chance to speak at a graduation ceremony. Um, and he said some things that everybody came at him for, and he is currently getting canceled.
Chiefs kicker graduation speech.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Eddie Vedder. What
Yeah, I had
or
never
what?
heard of that name either, but he's the kicker
Oh
for
no,
Chiefs.
Harrison Butker. Yeah, that one.
There you go. That makes sense. Yeah, he gave this inspirational speech that I don't he claimed so after he got a bunch of hate for it, he had claimed like, no, those weren't my intentions. Like it was taken out of context. So his speech, the biggest problem with it that everybody came at him for was kind of shitting on women and saying that like your job is to be in the house and you wasted your time for going to school for so long and doing whatever because you're not going to succeed anyways. Like your place is to be in the house and be a mom.
Uh,
But the way that he had worded it was, I can't think of exactly what he
oh,
said.
here we go. I got it right here. So this is, I guess, quoting what he said in his speech.
Yeah, this is the main portion that everybody attacked him for.
For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross the stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you're going to get in your career? What? And then I guess this was next. Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are excited about your marriage and the children you'll bring into this world. I can tell you, or English, please. I can tell you that my beautiful wife Isabel would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. He continued, I'm on the stage today and be and
And
able
able to be the man I
I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with many talents God has given me, but it cannot be overstated that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class, I was a band kid back in middle school. Damn, that's like kind of a similar story to us.
Yeah.
Would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
Yeah. So he got a shit ton of trash for this. Everybody attacked him. And now the whole trend on TikTok is people posting all the things they do when they're not people, women posting the things that they've accomplished in their job. A lot of the posts have been like girls in the military, and then at the very end they'll post a picture of him saying like all you do is kick a ball and I accomplished all of these things. So everybody's just saying like there's you becoming a mother isn't what we're all good for, basically. Like just because we're a female doesn't mean that we can't accomplish just as much as men can.
Are you? Do you want to go first?
Go first. What? I just explained what he
Oh,
said.
or no? Well, yeah, you explained what he said, but I'm saying like your thoughts, opinion.
I I'm kind of in the middle because I can see where he's coming from and I can also see how it was taken out of context. And I don't know if he just really poorly worded his speech and it came out wrong or if he genuinely did mean that. But I can see how that was taken out of context because he did say like you just went to school your for the last 4 to 6 years and you're probably thinking of all the things that are to come with it, but your life isn't going to start until you're a mom. Which that's not necessarily the case. Obviously, people go to school because they have dreams and careers that they want to fulfill, and he just shit on them for that. So I can see how that was taken out of context and when people are coming at him for that. But I can also see his side of if he really is genuinely just trying to say like how important motherhood is and how much or how helpful that is in like a family. I can also see that side because this might sound a little cringy because even we don't have a real baby, but we do have a little puppy baby, and he's still just this much of a baby. You gotta do a lot for this little guy. But since we got him, I've definitely fallen more into like a caretaker role. Like, I mean, we have a life to take care of. Just because it's a dog doesn't mean you're just like let it be and not care. But I had told him, or I didn't tell him, I was expressing that I was nervous when we were gonna go get him, like 10 minutes before we were picking him up.
I had nerves too, but not for the same reason.
Yeah, I just like I think it had just hit me. Like obviously we've been excited to have a dog, but I think the fact of being responsible for something else that is alive kind of freaked me out for a bit, and I was like, "Oh, it's actually happening." Like I know it's a puppy and it's a little easier to take care of than a child, but it was still like you're you have another being in your family and it's a real thing. You got to take care of them. You have to do all these things and
Oh, buddy, did you fart?
probably he's been farting all
Bro,
day.
I can smell that
He's
shit.
got some big stinkers.
Just like his dad.
Yeah.
And just like you on occasion.
um but yeah, even though we have a puppy, it's still somebody we need to take care of. And since we've got him, like I said, something like now I actually feel like I have a purpose. And
Hmm.
we touched on this maybe like 2 3 episodes ago whenever we were talking about how I just kind of like gave up my whole life plan. That was a few episodes back. And oh, when we were talking about life's purpose and all that
Sure.
stuff.
Yep.
Um I had mentioned that like some people all they want to do is be a mother. Like that is what they want to do in life. And because of my position now with him being in the military, I don't work. I don't go to school anymore. I'm not following my initial life plan and career that I wanted. So, with me just kind of being here doing nothing, I feel like I have no purpose because I'm just like here. And like, yeah, I take care of the house if it is all that stuff, but like, I don't know. It just kind of feels not useless, but like I'm just at home. Like I'm not doing anything, I'm not making money. So, for me personally, being in that caretaker role and motherhood and things kind of did feel fulfilled when we got the puppy because it is somebody that I have to take care of. And I think with me just feeling that with a puppy, can definitely see how that all clicks even more when you actually have a child and you're carrying it and you have to do all these things. So I can see his side on that part that there are people out there who genuinely do want to live life just to be a mother.
Yeah. I I'm gonna say that I see no problem with what he said. I think the issue here is everybody who's kind of misunderstanding what he's really trying to say. Because obviously,
He seems to be speaking like from a traditional
yes,
household.
like
Man goes to
obviously,
work.
I have the entire like transcript of the speech here, and just through reading a little bit, you can tell that he's no misogynist. This guy does not hate women. He doesn't bash you for being a successful woman.
No, he
I
even
mean,
tried to
yeah, no,
come back
he's
after that,
yeah,
saying like, "No, that's not what I meant."
yeah, no. There's in no way, shape, or form is he saying that you should not go on as a woman to chase a successful career and whatever. But let's. This is I don't know. He didn't phrase it as a question. He more stated it. He said, "I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world." And that's obviously the core of what he's trying to say. Real life as as a human, as an adult. That starts for us when we have our own family to take care of. Like yeah, like she was saying, obviously we just have a puppy, but like right now we're just kind of living life before the puppy. I go to work, she's at home, she's just fucking off doing whatever she's doing. But your purpose in life as a human, if you want to go, let's go just like a genetic route, just science, pure science. Our purpose in this world is to procreate and to make good the next generation. That stuff, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of single dads out there and they do a great job, but it takes two at the end of the day. If you're lucky enough to be a couple that goes the distance, marriage of 40, 50, 60 years, and you have a successful batch of kids that you put out into the world, your goal as an adult, as a parent, is to make sure the next generation of your family, of this world, is carrying on the torch and doing a good job with it. So a lot of that responsibility, traditionally, of course, falls on the woman. She makes the home, she makes the kids, while us dads, we go out, we get the bread, we come home and, you know, have a level of authority that means I'm the dad, I can teach you shit, but, let's have fun a little bit. We can all just have fun. I see no problem with what he's saying. And especially, I mean, I may not align directly with his beliefs, but at the end of the day, he is a follower of Christ. He is a man of God. He's Catholic. I don't subscribe to their specific ways of worshiping, but as a man of God, I respect his views even further, because in the Bible, that's almost to a T what's called for us as men and women. So I see no issue, honestly. For those of you that took it the wrong way, for all the women on TikTok and social media is like, adding him and saying, "Oh, fuck you, I'm a woman and I did this." You guys are taking it the wrong way. You feminists are the problem. You are the type of people that are the problem. Because if you have your mind right and you can really listen instead of just being like the most sensitive fucks that you are these days, you might be able to actually see what he's trying to say. Your life, your purpose doesn't start until you have a kid. Because otherwise, you're just in this life fucking around. You're just fucking about, making money, traveling, doing whatever you do, but you're not doing shit. You're not doing shit for the life or for the world that comes after you. You're not contributing. So that's really all he's trying to say. Obviously, though, a lot of things are possible. I mean, it's more often than not that women can multitask better than us men. So if you're a woman who has a boss ass job, you're making hella money, good for you. But you better make good and hell well sure that when it comes to raising that family, you do your part as a mother. Just like us dads, we'll make our best effort as well.
Oh, yeah, that's I remember seeing one specific post of this mom who she was also kind of hating on him, but she's active duty, she goes to school, and she's a mom. So she
Yeah.
was like listing all those things and like listing all her accomplishments, and then it just went back to like, you kick a ball.
Oh yeah, I mean,
What do you do? I do all this. I'm successful.
end of the day though, he's $1 million football kicker. You're in the Air Force or the military. He's making more money than you. So it's like, if you want to break it down to accomplishments, sure, maybe she's been deployed. Maybe she's done cool things as far as the military, and she has,
Sports is stupid for that reason
yeah,
because they make ridiculous amount
they
of
make
money for
dumb
what they
money.
do, because at the end of the day he really does just kick a ball, and you can easily train somebody to kick a ball.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in sports, it's not like this insane talent that you have, but because it's a sports industry, yeah, they're freaking famous because of it.
Yeah,
That's the only annoying part about it.
they're famous, and quite honestly, they probably have the most impact on the world more than anybody in the world. Because, as I was gonna say, this lady, she might be in the military, she might be or have been deployed, she's got her education and shit. But like, if you want to take motherhood and all that shit out of it, yeah, she might have more accolades as far as what she's done in her career. But like, bro, he's $1 million football kicker. if you want to compare pockets and just do the superficial shit that we're comparing.
Well, that's not what people are talking about. Nobody cares about the money. People are just saying based off of what people have accomplished,
Okay.
and him just saying like you're going to school all for this long and you're going to have a career and do all these things, but that's not worth it because your life isn't going to start until you have a child.
I mean, that, where does he specifically say that though?
That's literally what the whole first paragraph was. That's what
Well, no,
it translates to.
no,
He
I
just
mean,
has it worded all fancy and professional because it's a speech.
I mean, I don't see how he directly says. He says some of you may go on to lead successful careers, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and children you bring into this world. That in no way is saying like, yeah, do whatever you want, but you're useless until you're a mother.
That's exactly what that says.
I don't see it that way.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying you might be most excited. That doesn't mean you're useless.
No, but that's saying like that's everything that you are excited for with your school and career isn't gonna. That's not what's gonna be your
What are
best.
you saying? You can still be excited about the other stuff. It's just that's the kind of stuff we aim for as human beings is marrying somebody, be living a happy personal life, making a good future generation. But like obviously there's other things outside of that. It's just
I don't think he worded it the way he should have.
I mean maybe yeah, he could have worded it a bit differently, but I see what he's trying to say and I have no problem with it, honestly. Um yeah, I was gonna say if we're not talking about money then uh he's still at the end of the day is gonna have a bigger platform than whoever's in the military or whoever's working a
Well, yeah,
regular
because
job.
it's the sports industry. That's
Yeah.
just the world that we live in, where sports is a freaking multi-millionaire job
Yeah.
thing.
He can do probably, or not probably, with the millions that he makes, he can absolutely have a far better impact on his local community than, per se, me in the military. Like, yeah, tomorrow I'm attending a little field day event for the elementary school here in Aviano, not off base, on base. But like, I can't go out there and create a school, create scholarships for kids like LeBron James has done. He's a freaking like he's a billionaire. He can do almost anything he wants, build anything he wants, put together the staff that he needs to do anything he wants. That's just what happens when you're rich. But like that's what he's doing. And same thing with LeBron. Savannah, we have not heard.
Yeah, well, that's it's. I think he just shouldn't have said that at all.
What do you mean?
Like he just, cause like yeah, you're great and you got money, you do whatever you do, but like that just should have been left out of the speech.
But athletes and same, literally athletes and say us in the military, we live almost a parallel life, except for the fact that they make millions when I don't. I was gonna go on to say LeBron and Savannah. LeBron entered the league like 17, barely 18 years old. He has committed more of his life to basketball than anything else. But he has a successful family life because of Savannah. She hasn't been this outlandish wife who's, like most women these days who's out there on the internet twerking or doing bullshit, talking shit on the internet. She keeps to herself. She does her duty as a mother. She has her extracurriculars that she does on the side, but she doesn't make a big deal of it because that's not her sole purpose as a woman. She can do whatever she wants professionally. She has her own podcast. She has her own what's the word? Oh crap. Donation things, charities. Like she does things. Savannah is great professionally, but that house does not work without her doing what she needs to do. And obviously, it's not just her. I mean, I'm pretty sure LeBron's mom lives with them or near them. Like, a lot goes into making sure that the James family connects, and a lot is going to go into making sure that this Riera family connects. But a lot of that doesn't happen without your specific dedication, because that's what you're here for. That that to me, like, I see what he's saying. That's all he's trying to say. Because you can go off to, let's say your makeup stuff blows up, you get brand deals, you're making money, blah 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 blah. But like, we have a house to take care of, and like you've been saying, your maternal instincts have already been kicking in with a puppy. That's going to be times 100 once we have kids and once we have a family. I can do my part, but the way I see it, a mother's role in a family is the most important of any role in any family.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I said I'm in the middle, because I'm not going to say I agree with what he said, but I can see where he's coming from, but I also see the other side too, and how that came off.
I mean, yeah, I can understand. I can see the other side and be like, oh, oh, whatever. But like, come on, guys. He's no misogynist. Are you kidding me? He's a good man. He's a good man. He's just, he said somewhere to start a speech, that he's been given this, platform as a football player, making millions with lots and lots of followers and whatever. So he has big influence and he knows it. And he believes that he's been blessed by God himself to have this platform, to be where he is in life. And of course, it's true. He's been blessed to make millions for kicking or not a basketball, a football. And he better take advantage of the time that he has in the position he's in. So he's really just going to be out here speaking his mind. And I don't see a reason for him to be apologetic about it, because, you know, oh, hold up. I see the issue here. It's freaking liberal arts school.
Well, it's not just liberal arts students talking about it. It's
Bunch of liberal idiots.
everybody
Probably a
in
bunch
the
of
world
socks in
right
there.
now that's shitting on him. It's not so much the school.
Again, I don't know
It
who
went
everybody
viral,
in the
so
world
now
is. I haven't heard shit about this till now. But
because all you ever watch is sports, so you don't ever look at regular news.
this is kind of sports related. He's a sports player.
You're not on the football side of things.
No, I'm not. I'm not really on the football side of things until like football's actually happening right now than in the off season. But
Yeah.
again, I see what he's trying to say. I really have no issue. He's no misogynist. If anything, he is boosting up women as the role that they're meant for in a family.
Yeah, I think it's just the biggest problem is that he's trying to disregard people's careers, because obviously we are taught to go to school, build your career, build this foundation, and then you have a family. And then so he's just kind of saying like, yeah, you're going to school. Cool. Great. You're going to go do this job, but really what matters is you get to be a mom. And some people don't want to be a mom. Some people can't have kids. Some people really only care about their careers. So in that case,
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different scenarios. Actually, that reminds me of a TikTok that I had seen of this, uh, I would say, modern type, free minded liberal woman thing. She was talking about how it was a debate on abortion. How she was like, "Oh, I suffer from depression. Some days I can't even do this, or all that bullshit that I hate. I don't hate. I dislike strongly." Um, she's like, "Oh, I see, this as a pro-choice decision, because if I can't even take care of myself some days, then what the fuck am I going to be doing bringing a child into this world? Like, I don't think I'm fit to be a mom. I don't think I'm meant to be a mom." And well, the reality is she is meant to be a mom. She's just, maybe that's not what she wants. Like you said, maybe that's not what some women want, or maybe that's what some women can't do. But this lady specifically, she even went on to say, like, I'm a cat mom, so there's that.
oh, I did see that video.
Yeah,
I do know what you're
so
talking about.
it's like she has the instinct and she has the willingness, with a cat at least. There's no reason why she wouldn't be able to have a baby, in my opinion. I
I
think
mean,
that her mind is just not right. Obviously, it's not. She quote unquote suffers from depression. Like it's some incurable disease. You can definitely work through that and get to a place where you can do greater things and just take care of a cat. But like she seemed content, and I'm not going to bash her for it. I mean, the guy she was debating with, what's
well,
his
because they
name?
were having a peaceful conversation.
Yeah. No, and that's how it should be. It should be a peaceful conversation. The guy who she was talking to, the Charlie Kirk, right?
I have no clue what his name
I think
is.
it's Charlie Kirk, but he had nothing bad to say about it. He was like, "Hey, look, you're taking care of a cat, and that's good on you. And if you don't want to take care of a child, that's good on you as well. We're not forcing you. It's just in the event his stance, obviously, I think he's pro life. His stance would be like, hey, if you ever got yourself into the mess of having a child, obviously that's not ideal for you, but he just believes she should have to keep it because that's her duty as a mother. But obviously, she's on the other side, pro choice. I can do what I want with my body, kind of thing. So,
I definitely don't think all women are meant to be mothers, though.
if you're a
Because
woman,
they're,
it's in your
yeah, but
it's just in
there
your very
are,
being.
not every woman is meant to be a mother because there are some
Well, maybe not
shitty
the
ass
new age
mothers.
women.
No, it's not so much now. I think it was actually more back then that people were just shitty because that's when drugs and shit were actually a thing more often. But I definitely don't think all mothers are meant to be moms and need to have kids because there are some people who like some reason just can't take care of a child. Like those instincts just aren't there. It's like even though we create them and that's what our bodies are made for, it's not there for some people
I believe that it is
as much as
there.
it should be, at least.
Well, that's the thing. As much as it should be, it's not this like unworkable, unfixable problem that you don't have the instincts. It's like me not being naturally talented to fucking, I don't know, shoot a gun. I'm honestly terrible at shooting guns. There are some people that might be more talented naturally, but if I work hard enough at the issue, I can get good at shooting a gun. I don't think that this is an issue of you're not meant to be a mother or you're not fit to be a mother. I think you just got to dedicate yourself to it because that's what it takes is dedication.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because some people just aren't. That's not what their life is.
Well, then you have to change your life to make it so. That's all it takes.
No, it doesn't have to be that way.
I'm not saying you must force yourself. I'm saying
Even if somebody did get pregnant, I don't think that if it happened on accident, it's still okay to put them up for adoption or something if they feel like they can't give the child the life that they should have.
okay, but that's them feeling like they can't do it. That doesn't mean they
But
can't.
there are some people out there who that stuff isn't there. Not every mother has this amazing instinct for their
Well, that's
children.
what I'm saying. You don't need to have the instinct. You can easily just work at the issue. Maybe, God forbid, we have kids and it's just not there for you. Like it's not clicking. That doesn't mean it won't. It's not possible. It doesn't make it impossible for you to be a good mom. You just need to figure it out. Hey, do some research, ask questions. Fucking like that's all it takes.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean we can be on opposite sides of the fence, and
'Cause
that's okay.
even being a woman, like there are just some connections that it doesn't happen. You can try as much as you want, but if that initial click, even with that being your child, and you seriously, if you don't feel it initially, it's not going to happen. And your kid is just you guys aren't going to have a good connection. It's just not going to be there.
At that point, if it's about some sort of initial connection or you don't feel, because I actually, that is true that a lot of moms sometimes say like, oh, I don't feel connected to my baby, or like, what the fuck.
Well, in the beginning, that's common. You're gonna like depression is a huge thing once you have a baby. You get so disassociated from it, and sometimes you don't even want to deal with the child. That's common, but it there are some cases where like
No, that's
it just
yeah.
not there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like even like after the whole postpartum depression thing, like they're just literally saying like, "Yo, I literally can't connect with my child." At that point, I think it just becomes a mindset thing because if you keep telling yourself, "I can't, I can't, I can't," this just goes with anything in life. Obviously, you're not going to be able to. That's why I'm saying it's a workable issue. There is there's no right or wrong answer to this shit. You just got to give it your best go and you have to have a positive mindset about it. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to do anything. That's just like the whole point of, a lot of people talk about manifestation these days. It's just keeping that positive attitude. I think it's a completely solvable issue if you just really, really put your mind to it. That's a classic saying. You put your mind to it, you can do anything.
Well, yeah, that's easy to say if you want to go become a freaking football player, not to take care of a child.
It works for anything.
That's a
That's
human
the
being.
literal saying. If you put your mind to it, you can do
Yeah, but that's
anything.
easier to say when you're trying to learn a hobby.
Yes, easier said than done, but it can be done.
Sure.
Anything can be done. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is just an issue of traditional people versus the new kinds of people that we unfortunately have to deal with sometimes these days, the liberal people, the forward thinking people. Like, yeah, that's cool and all. I'm not going to sit here and bash you for having great life achievements, but I still, I definitely take importance in the traditional values of life because it's tradition for a reason. That's how human race has even gotten to the place it is today, is through these traditions. Freaking dating back from like thousands and thousands, the Roman Empire, all these other empires. Like this is what we do as humans. It's what we do, and there's only one way to keep this human race going. I mean, to be honest, it's getting to be pretty shit to see all these terrible minded type of people come around, and just like the human race is just in decline right now. We can all see it, but we don't carry it on without maintaining these traditional type values and making sure we make good or the best we can of the next generation. It's just, I think this is just an issue of how you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I can see it from either side, but let's like, come on, guys. He's not a bad guy. He's just a dude kicking a football for millions of dollars. He's a man of God. He probably has a good family. I mean, I can see here he talks very highly of his wife. So he's definitely, there's no part about this that he's putting women down. He's just saying the most important thing in this life is that we make sure we carry on well for the next generation. That's really the point of his speech. His jobs and all that is cool, but life comes to an end when you die. What's going to happen after that? You got to carry on the family name. You got to carry on this. You got to carry on that. That's really all it is. This guy is snoring. I'm really surprised he's not just like up hearing us talk, but he is a heavy sleeper.
God, he's not phased by anything. I also I purposely make sure I have things running when he is sleeping so he gets used to that. Like I put the laptop with music right on top of his crate earlier when he
Yeah.
was napping.
Well, he probably listened to the whole new Billie Eilish album today, huh?
Yeah. Well, because it's the same thing with babies. Like when they're newborns, you want to make sure you got the vacuums going. You want all other possible noises because then you constantly have to be quiet when they're taking a nap
Yeah.
and tiptoeing around the house. No, I'm gonna stomp my feet and slam the kitchen doors or something. But he's knocked out.
Oh, and look, he doesn't just talk about. There's a lot more that he says. Looking a little bit, obviously, there's more. It's a big ass speech, but like, he doesn't just stress about the woman's role. He also talks about masculinity, and who boy, us guys these days are facing a lot of emasculating type of issues, especially when it comes to all this feminism movement. or at least the wrong kind of feminism, because there's a good kind of feminism, but then there's a lot of you that really just go that extra mile. That's just a bit too much. But I mean, he stresses the same thing for us men. We got to make sure that we do our duties as husbands, fathers, even as sons, as brothers. Like, this is just, he's just speaking from a traditional standpoint through and through, men and women. We got to make sure we do what we got to do. So, even more so, I really don't have an issue with anything he's saying, because this isn't a bash on your accomplishments professionally. He probably is conscient or conscious. Yeah. Is conscient a word?
Conscient?
Yeah.
No, I think it's conscious.
Yeah. He's definitely conscious of the fact that all he does for a living is kick a football. You think he'd be saying this stuff in without being conscious of that shit? Like, come on, guys. Obviously, he knows that there's a lot more important people in this world. The basics is just making sure that we cover our duties, men and women, to make good of our families. That's really all he's trying to say. So, yeah, I disagree with all you women that are just shitting with him, honestly. It's not that serious. Eventually, most of us in this world are going to marry and have kids. It's a basic duty to just fucking do your job as a parent. Because then, how do we get into the issues of all that other stuff that we talked about on fucking one of the earlier podcasts of, parents then turning to blame social media CEOs for their kids getting bullied or sexually harassed or murdered or kidnapped? Like, that's the kind of stuff that we should be focusing as a family, as a human race, as parents. We got to make sure that we protect our kids, protect the future generations. All of these parents, I've said it multiple times and I'll say it again, all you parents blaming the CEOs and social media websites for what happens to your kids, you people are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It is your duty as a parent to make sure that your kid is safe. It's not the CEO's responsibility. Yeah, they can put as much guidelines and shit in place to help, but it's not on them to parent your child. And that's what we see a lot of these days. Kids are essentially raising themselves through their phones. And if you don't make sure as a parent you put the proper restrictions in accordance with what the social medias offer and whatever else you can do on your own part, things are going to end up happening to the kids like they do. But ultimately, it's up to you. That's your child, not Mark Zuckerberg's child, not now Elon Musk, because he owns Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Like, that's really the point of this conversation. From what's his name, Harrison Butker, to all that lawsuits happening with the social media, is like, this is what it comes down to: is take care of your family. That's all he's trying to say, and that's definitely what I wholeheartedly believe in, aside and separate from your professional accomplishments. Those are two different lives. That's why they call it a work-life balance, and you got to make sure you have a good balance of it to make sure your life is peaceful and your kids. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is today's news. This is kind of old now. This is a few days old. Probably like
a few days old, and it still hasn't even come up on my socials.
I wouldn't even say a few days. I think we're hitting like 2 weeks at this point.
Oh, come on now. There's no way that I missed it that bad.
You're just not on that side of TikTok.
Because even now,
I see your feed. It's sports.
Yeah, it's sports, but every now and then I still get local or current stuff, like the whole Iran president guy officially being confirmed dead. Like,
no. Well,
that's probably because that's actual world news, not American bullshit politics. Because I swear to you, if he gave this speech in any other country ever, nobody would be saying shit.
Well, nobody cares about him in any other country.
It's not about caring about him in any other country. It's about caring about what he says. most countries in this world subscribe to a traditional value when it comes to family and human responsibility. Most countries are not like America, where we have a bunch of different minded, open minded, forward thinking, quote unquote. Like, this is an America issue. I promise you, if he gave this speech to any other country in Europe or any other country in fucking South America, Middle East, like, this is a normal thing to talk about and to live, especially here in Italy. Here, like I said, Europe, any other country ever, this is not an issue. This is an America issue. That's what that is. That's what I keep referring to. All these new age women and people, because you got women that aren't really women, and like, come on. We've gotten to a point where every now and then, not every now and then, on a daily basis, we're questioning now what a woman is. Like, fuck you. Respectfully, fuck you, people. Like, well, come on. We know what a woman is. It's this. It's a vagina. It's boobies. It's genetics. What the fuck are we talking about? I feel like a woman, so I'm gonna remove my penis and dress like. Come on.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. Anyways, that is the opinions and thoughts on this man.
Yeah.
In our, what is it, current events.
Current events as of 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, it's a little old, but
or well,
we're bringing it to the podcast
because this says 21 hours ago.
Yeah, it was not 21 hours ago.
1 day ago, 37 or 3 days ago. Okay, 4 days ago. 5 days. Okay, maybe it was like a week or two
I'm telling
ago.
you, it's hitting a little bit now.
Let's see, I got 6 days
ago.
You
know, things go seconds on TikTok, so it comes right to my feed. I get the drama side of TikTok, so I'm thankful for my For You page. Because that's where I get all my juicy topics and things to talk about on this podcast. Otherwise, we'd only be talking about basketball and Star Wars and things of that sort.
Well, it's not like that's a bad thing to talk about. That shit's lit. Yeah, it seems like this was about a week ago because I guess the official speech uploaded by a Benedictine college.
Yeah.
A week ago. So, yeah. It's not bad.
Yep. Well, those are our thoughts. That is what is happening. Coming down to our ending questions.
Yeah, ending questions. We gotta wake this fucker up before he doesn't sleep. Should I kick the cage?
No.
Okay. Well, that's one ending question. Now for the other two. I'm just kidding. First one is going to be, if you were arrested, what would it be for?
You would be freaking fraud.
Me? Yes. Fraud? Oh, that's a wild accusation. What's the one sound on TikTok? Accusations.
No. There is some truth to that.
What?
There is.
What are we talking about? Wait, whoa.
I'm not gonna out you on online here.
I did not commit any kind of fraud ever. What the fuck is
you just like to wiggle your way around things.
I like to work smarter, not harder.
Well, if you were to commit a crime, I think that would be the one that you'd go for.
Okay, maybe, but like even then it'd be by accident. It's not like I'm intentionally looking to commit fraud.
No, but this is saying if you were to get arrested because you committed a crime, that would be the one thing that you would have done.
I don't agree.
Then what would you have done to have gotten arrested?
I don't think like what. I don't
exactly
think I would
fraud
do
fits.
Stupid. Not fraud. Let's not make these kind of accusations. Come on, babe. You trying to get me arrested? Jesus.
No, this is just saying, like, hypothetically, like, in a situation that you were committing a crime, what fits you most?
It'd probably be
speeding. Doesn't count.
It's classified as a crime if you do it enough.
No,
you can go to jail for speeding.
No, that's boring.
They'll
that's
cancel
not a
your
real
license
crime.
and shit.
That's not a real crime. Something worth being arrested for, not because you decided to go 10 miles over the speed limit.
No, I would say tax evasion because
That's it's falling into that category. That's what I'm
well, that's
talking
not like
about.
fraud. That's just not filing your taxes.
Yeah, but
Which, by the way, I've done. IRS,
I
don't
mean in that side of
don't do
things.
that.
You like to play around with money things.
Yeah, I like playing around with money. So what? Everybody likes to play with money.
That's what I'm saying. Fraud, fraud, tax, whatever you want to say. That's all into one category, and that's what I'm talking about.
Well, it would definitely not be fraud.
Mm-hmm.
I would say tax evasion because, quite honestly, this is a big like topic of discussion on social media. Like a lot of people almost did not, or actually, a lot of people didn't pay taxes this year because so much money was being asked of them. Like few when uh one of my coworkers he filed taxes earlier this year. He somehow owed over $3,000, and there are
Shit, I wouldn't pay
multiple.
either.
Yeah, I mean he ended up paying. IRS, don't
Oh
come
yeah.
looking. He ended up paying, but like that's a big issue that we've been facing for years now. Is really ridiculous amounts of tax. Like we get taxed on our income, then we get taxes on shit that we buy, then we get taxes on fucking for existing. Like come on, we can barely go outside these days for fucking leisure without getting taxed. It's so stupid. But yeah, there were a lot of people this year that I saw were just like complaining, saying we got to revolt against the government and just not pay taxes because if we all don't pay taxes, then we all can't get in trouble. Like you're not going to throw everybody in jail. And then
Mm-hmm.
you would see in the comments of people being like, "Oh yeah, this is like my third year in a row not paying taxes. Like fuck that shit." So yeah, no, I think I almost got pretty close to that because it's not like I owed a lot. I mean, I only owed like what was it like $1,300 this year?
Yeah.
I was pissed about it because like that's $1,300. What the fuck are we talking about? But man, if that shit continues, I might have to be one of those people
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not coming back next year for taxes, and they told me that I owe more money. Are you kidding me? I'm literally. I don't understand how, as a military member, I owe taxes. Like I literally work for the government. How the fuck are you gonna tell me I owe taxes? Like my shit should be set up automatically to where that doesn't happen. And if that doesn't happen, well, I don't know. That's on finance's fault or something.
I'm yeah, I'm pretty sure you choose that. That's the whole tax withholding thing. You
Yeah,
choose whether you want it or not.
I definitely have it set to the point where I'm not having to pay taxes at the end of the year. I mean, we already determined what the problem was. The problem was your paychecks.
Yeah.
So, really, if it were up to me, I
So
probably
then
would
you're
have got a
not
return.
yeah, so you shouldn't deal with anything later on.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, even then, my coworker, I mean, fuck, I don't know what that problem is because he owed
Well,
over 3,000.
it's not just him. There's probably other
Yeah,
bills racking
I
up on
mean,
the family.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. If that shit continues, boy. And it sure looks like it's going to continue unless we get Trump as president. But
God, please.
yeah, I don't know. I might have to be a tax evader for the
Make
next few
America
years.
great again.
Yeah.
Please.
I know what you'd be getting caught for.
It just
Stealing.
oh, I thought you were gonna say open the border.
No. I mean,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
duh, you're
Well, we were
Mexican.
talking about Trump. I thought you were gonna go on to that.
No, that would have been smart though.
Uh huh.
Yeah, you definitely get caught for stealing. I mean, you
Absolutely.
almost did. Multiple
Absolutely.
times.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I borrow. Thank you.
When have you ever brought that shit back? Exactly. You would get caught for stealing because you're like every other like little high school girl that you're just a
Everybody does
serial
it.
stealer.
Everybody does it. It's
I never
fine.
did it. I wouldn't say everybody.
Thankfully, my profile never hit to where they needed to arrest me. So,
You're stupid. Let's see. If can I not? See, I wrote down the questions in short form just to like get the point across to myself.
oh, my back.
I wrote, if opened a business, what be? If you opened a business, what would it be?
I want a coffee shop.
Coffee shop, yeah.
I've honestly been like really thinking about that. If YouTube works out,
I don't see why not.
especially like I was very inspired. I was inspired by by One Day. Is it One Day? Yeah, I was inspired by the movie or show.
What?
The show
Oh,
that we watched when they
because
opened up the
didn't
coffee shop.
the dude he
Yeah,
opened it up with his dad or something?
yeah.
Yeah,
I was inspired.
yeah. I mean, if we have the money to do that, I don't see why not. But like,
Or some like little Mexican thing.
yeah, I mean, that even worse, honestly. Because if we end up living in Texas, that's probably the worst thing to do is go to Texas and make a fucking Mexican restaurant. That seems like an oversaturated community to be joining. But what I was
No,
gonna,
you'd be surprised. Not like a Mexican restaurant. I'd want like snacks, like all the snacks that you see people making on TikTok, like the whole chamoy pickles and like takis with like
sounds more like a
chamoy
food
and
truck.
yeah, but you would think it's a food truck, but in Texas there are stores for
Well,
it.
well, I mean, that's probably
I
the
mean,
number
you
one
can make a
thing.
food truck too if you wanted
Yeah, those kinds of businesses are like the number one biggest failures, just because it's so hard to even get that shit open, and then once it's open, it's like you really have to hope and pray people are showing up. So that would
to.
only.
Well, that's why if we were on YouTube, everybody would want to go.
Oh yeah, I
We'd have a
mean
grand opening.
that would definitely help and be better. But it's just like that's just one of those things you got to make sure you have the capital for, or else you're fucked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got
Like
to afford to take a loss.
that's not happening unless we're like doing really good on this YouTube thing,
Yeah,
and then we could try to give it a shot. But that was
yeah,
just a if.
that'd be pretty cool, I guess. A little coffee shop or something.
Yeah.
Maybe make like a Mexican what's it called? What was it in Alaska?
Or ooh, what? Like Pilates
Yeah,
or
like
the
a
hut?
Mexican style Pilates, or like one of those hut things. Yeah,
Mexican styled Pilates.
yeah.
What does that mean?
Like you put a Mexican twist on how Pilates was, because that's like
Oh, oh, yeah.
yeah, like a little coffee
I was
shop,
thinking
but then
like
you
Mexican
introduce like
coffee shop.
Mexican kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess. I was thinking there's this coffee shop that I want to go to in London because it's a Lego coffee shop. So like you get your
Oh,
coffee
that's
and you
cool
can
as hell.
also not order, you can like choose a little Lego to build while you're in the coffee shop. So I think some kind of like themed coffee shop, like some Star Wars, Harry Potter, whatever you want to do. Something like cool like that.
Yeah.
Because that would obviously be the thing that would pop off because it's trendy and it's different. I think that's really cool. I saw that come up on my TikTok. It was cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. If I opened a business, what would it be? You know, when I was younger and
Funko Pop reseller.
Funko Pop recent, oh, like the guy at the BX
Yeah.
on base, yeah, that'd be pretty funny. But no, I think because like I was about to say, when I was younger, we like damn near started a skateboard selling business out of our fucking house. Because Papi and I, we used to make skateboard racks, so you can put anywhere from like how many? I mean, we made them in different sizes. There was like a small, medium, large. You could put up to like 10 of them bitches on there, and then I think the smallest one was probably like five, and then there was like a 7, 8 slaughter. Um, and then we almost got to the point where we were making our own decks. Like we started to actually buy wood planks and like try to figure it out, and then we started at some point looking into like the presses and all kinds of shit. I would still be open to that because that's cool as hell. Like putting my own designs and shit on a skateboard and then putting it out for the world to use. I mean, I would not become like the next fucking girl or Plan B, but those are brands.
Huh?
Girl,
Oh, you're talking about skateboard.
yes,
I just heard Plan B and I went the complete opposite direction.
that's another brand. Girl,
I
um,
just doze off.
yeah, girl had who was the one guy? I followed him. I think it was Eric Costin. I believe that was his name. I had his deck. I believe it was a. It was like a. This is my favorite deck of all time. It was black underneath. It was like mamba print, and then or not mamba. It was like indigo, like dark blue, navy-ish, whatever indigo is, and it had like the snake for it in the middle. That shit was cool. And then for Plan B, I always liked them because Ryan Sheckler was a skateboarder for them. I don't know if he still is. He might be. I don't know. But yeah, he also has some cool designs. And I knew a guy back in Miami growing up, um, Paul Paul something. I forgot his last name, but he was a pro skater that I was actually like kind of good friends with. He taught me a lot of what I knew. I got to know his son. They were awesome. And then he came out with his own line, Amixon, Amazon, but with an X. And he had cool Lucky Charms fucking parody type designs and all these other cereals and like just cool graphics. There was even a Transformers one that I liked that I had. But yeah, that's always interested me. Just like putting cool random designs on one and then just yeah, making so people can buy it. I don't think I would have anything else. I mean, a Funko Pop reseller sounds that's like a cheap, like almost no effort kind of job. You just gotta
Yeah.
hope that you
Or
are able to
it's just
buy the
like the thing
Funkos.
with shoes. Bunch of resellers in the
Yeah,
malls and shit.
yeah, yeah. I probably go back to the skateboard thing. I'd still be down for that. Let's see. Last question here on our little I called it document earlier. I really don't know where that came from. This is the notes app on my phone. What would your last meal be? I know what I want.
I honestly struggle to like really decide because
I
there are
would have
just so many things. Like I'd have every option.
I'd have a fat ass, fat ass last meal. If they like, if I was a death row
Yeah, if you're
type of
on like death row
prisoner
and you gotta choose.
and they allowed me to have these things, because it's from like multiple different places.
But yeah, let's say like no limitations. Like you got your entree, you got your sides, drinks,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
appetizers, full course.
yeah. I'm gonna go for specifically a from Five Guys.
No.
I get me a nice fat juicy burger with fries and ketchup. But the burger would consist of a double bacon cheeseburger with lettuce, tomatoes, and ketchup on the inside. Oh, and the jalapeno little slices. Then, obviously, I'd probably go with regular fries. I don't. I'm not sure if I've ever tried their Cajun fries, if I'm honest, but I really love their regular fries because even the little fries.
I'm not a fan of Cajun fries. They taste like throw up.
That's interesting. I've never heard that one before.
Because of the cheese. Like blue cheese is kind of like throw up.
Blue cheese. Oh, you eat your Cajun fries with blue cheese?
That's what Cajun fries are. There's cheese.
They're supposed to be spicy.
There's cheese with it.
I've I don't I've never had Cajun fries that have cheese on them. It's supposed to be like a spicy type of fry.
I mean, there might be some spice in there. I don't know. We'll come back to that.
Anyways, I'll get definitely a little fry because if y'all go to Five Guys,
God, they give you a freaking bucket.
yeah. So little fries, a little double bacon cheeseburger with all the ingredients. Then we're gonna move on to sushi, of course, because that's my favorite food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have my plate of rolls. Uh, I'd probably have to go with the volcano roll. It's a good type of sauce. It's got the good ingredients that I like in there. And then I gotta have my nigiri. You know, the slabs of rice with the slabs of fish on top. Gotta have one of or two of each. You know, salmon and the other ones. um, see that'd be it for sushi. Oh, I gotta have my miso soup. I gotta have my wasabi with the soy sauce with a good chunk of wasabi in there. Ginger, definitely ginger. Let's see. And after that, I gotta have at least like a small. Yeah, I mean this is a lot of food. We're gonna go for like a small Papa John's pepperoni pizza, maybe even a meat lovers. Depends how I'm feeling that day. But at the very least, a small pepperoni pizza from Papa John's. Then I'm gonna go with some Publix, a little one of those little bucket cup things. Publix chicken or popcorn chicken. And this is actually
That's
a weird
random.
combination that I used to do back in middle school and high school is get the sushi from Publix and a little bucket cup thing of popcorn chicken, and that would just be my like dinner.
I don't think that's a weird combination.
Oh, I don't know.
That's just Publix.
No, I mean that was if somebody thought it was weird. I don't think it's weird. It was delicious. I had a good time. But yeah, I probably get some popcorn chicken from Publix, and then uh maybe even their tenders. Their tenders were good. Oh, now that I think about it, if I was gonna have some tenders, fuck the Publix. We got to get some shit with canes and extra sauce, boy. Extra cane sauce. That would probably be my last meal, and then probably just water to drink. Just to really flush it all in. I think that'd be it. Honestly, I mean, I could do the. No, never mind. Yeah, that's it. Let's be a
Are you done
badass
there?
meal. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was like a 10-minute explanation.
I had to be specific. If I'm dying, I need to get what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I'm on death row, you better feed me. I'm gonna eat good.
Mm-hmm.
What's your last meal?
Well, I think my appetizers would definitely be I need at least like 6 dumplings with a bowl of ramen. My usual appetizer when we go get sushi. Oh, I want sushi.
Oh my goodness!
We need to go. We need
Don't
to go
start
back.
with that shit.
We need to go to
Don't start
to
with
eat
that shit.
sushi. It's your favorite place.
Yeah, but then you always do this like every week. It's actually on schedule. Today's Tuesday. Usually on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, you start raving about your fucking noodles and whatever
My
and your
dumplings.
dumplings, and then we usually end up there on like a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
So
Our
yeah,
anniversary is coming up. We have to.
right on schedule. Shut up. What's the rest of your meal?
Okay, starting off with my dumplings.
Dumpies.
Yeah, they are dumpies. My dumplings and my ramen, but I think I gotta do the miso ramen because that combination has just been great recently. But with a little bit of chili flakes, gotta add the little kick.
Ooh, I gotta have chili flakes on my pizza.
Mm-hmm. And then my meal. Ugh, I get this is where I get stuck. It's like it's so hard to choose. I would want a side like a 6-piece Philadelphia roll, extra spicy mayo. Need the spicy mayo, but specifically the spicy mayo from Sushi Saki in Pines. Um, I God, my main course this is where I struggle because there's so many things.
I gotta add to my order.
Babe,
I need a lot of wine.
yeah.
Fuck the water. I want wine. Just lots of it.
Mm-hmm. Um, my sides, I'd need 2 McDonald's large fries.
Large.
Yes, 2 of them. 2 large fries. I need a Texas toast from Cane's. Actually, backtrack. 1 large fry from McDonald's, a side of fries, and Texas toast from Cane's with the sauce. I don't care to include the tenders. They're good. But like Cane's it's all about the sauce and I love it with the toast and my fries. So those will be my sides. My main course. I don't really know what I love so much.
Wait, that was just the appetizer?
That was the sides. The sides. I haven't included my main food here. You gotta start. I'm not gonna just shove my face with everything at once. You gotta enjoy the flavors in order.
Well, I will enjoy it. It's just I'm gonna have it all in front of me. I'm not gonna ask them to like bring it out course by
No,
course.
I know, but it's easier to explain it that way.
Okay.
My main course, or the main meal here. I think I need a nice medium rare steak.
Oh my god, how can I forget? Considering all the other stuff, I'd like to add to my order, please. Just a small, maybe. What's like the smallest ounce you get?
It's
like
probably
4?
as 4 or 6 ounce.
Yeah, I probably just
I
go
think it
with like.
depends where you go.
Yeah, but
Texas
considering
Roadhouse.
all the other shit I got, I'm gonna go with just a small 4 ounce, but like juicy, medium rare steak. I gotta
Yeah.
have it.
I honestly wouldn't even mind it if it was a little closer to rare.
I wouldn't mind that either. Depends from where you get it
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
because some people might fuck up the rare. If you go to the
I
right
think
place, rare is
Europeans
good.
do it right. I haven't had Europe has been the only place where I've eaten like closer to rare because they don't know what medium rare is. They go more rare.
Yeah, we every time we go out to a restaurant, we're like, "Can we get a medium rare?" It comes out
That
more
thing's about
rare.
rare than medium.
Yeah, because sometimes there's been a couple occasions like when we went to Milan,
Straight red
they
meat.
they responded with like, we don't really do medium rare. It's either like medium or just rare." So we're just like, "Fuck it, rare."
Yeah. It's not bad, honestly. But I
Yeah,
think it definitely depends. But yeah, I would go for a nice juicy steak. I don't know from where. I can't remember what Texas Roadhouse tastes like.
I gotta have that one that we had from Milan,
Yeah.
or even the one that's by the airport. The one that
From the
Griffin and I
little,
loved. Oh,
yeah,
that shit's busting.
that little thing. All right, so I need a, a nice steak. I need some buffalo wings. Or not wings.
Or your little
Boneless.
chicken tender boneless.
I need my boneless wings.
Those are nuggets.
Applebee's boneless wings. Okay. Oh, my mouth is watering.
Oh my goodness.
I thought about the
Christ.
buffalo wings. Okay. I think I'm fulfilled with those. I almost want to throw in a little bit of fettuccine in there. Just because I love fettuccine. But I think I'm happy with 6-piece sushi, a nice steak, some boneless wings. I got my McDonald's and Cane's fries, and my Texas toast with some sauce. That sounds good. And then for my drinks, I need Pilates iced coffee.
Lord, help
Okay,
me.
a small, because we're gonna do smalls all around. I need a mix. I might shit myself, but it's okay. I'm gonna die anyways. I need iced coffee. Okay, vanilla iced coffee. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. What was it called? I don't know. The coffee from Pilates. I need that one. A Dr. Pepper, but with. Oh my god, wait. I need to include Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's also in my meal. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna add the chicken nuggets in there. But I need a Dr. Pepper with Chick-fil-A ice. Because they got the nugget ice. A large of that one. I need like a 7-Up large. Because those are like giant. Yeah.
It's gross.
I need that one. And then um a little Moscow Mule.
A little?
Well, because they normally come in like a little cup.
You better order like 3 of them bitches. I don't know.
Maybe we can do a full, like a 5 round of Moscow Mules.
But
I think that's my choice of alcohol there.
yeah. I would just like you remember the big ass like fucking big chungus bottles of wine in one of those wineries we went to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would ask for one of those like big chungus fat ass bottles of wine that are like fucking super tall and fat and chunky.
This is a very odd topic. We should have named the puppy Chungus. It's just a little
Chungus?
chunkster.
Oh no, he's not gonna be a
We never
chunkster
said his
much
name.
longer.
His name is Sky, guys.
I mean, I just assumed that.
In case you didn't watch the video and this is your
Okay.
first video or you're listening to us on Spotify, his name is Sky.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't assume. His name's Sky.
We might rename him for Chunkster.
No, we will not. His name is Sky. Her reason for his name being Sky is that, he's a blue staffy. The sky is blue. Fairly simple. Boring. My reason, which is a lot better, the real reason. I love Star Wars. Anakin Skywalker. Therefore, Sky for short.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's not get too off topic. We're already running this last question very long. Yeah, I don't know what other drink. I don't really drink much other than those 3 things.
Yeah.
My Dr. Pepper, the coffee, and some sort of alcohol, which I think a Moscow Mule is.
Do they even allow alcohol like on death row if you ask for it?
I don't know, but we don't have limitations here.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would just get the big ass bottle of like that the lighthouse red wine. 'Cause that shit is bussin'. the one that we got from St. Augustine, just a big chungus bottle of that shit, and maybe like, a good, I don't know, a giant bottle of like life water.
Sure.
Just a little bit of water.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get lit.
Well, that is our extremely long list of our meals.
Yeah.
I really want boneless wings and my dumplings.
You're gonna have to wait for that.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. I mean, it is 7:30. We're due for food.
We're due.
And we gotta manage to make our way to the gym, please. It's been a while.
Ooh, I don't know if we're gonna get there. Got this little turd.
Well, maybe we can leave him in the car.
Oh my god. They're gonna call Child Protective Services.
Just crack the window. It'll be fine.
No, no, that little baby. He's gonna tear up everything. Anyways, that is gonna be the end of today's podcast, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, watch Tuesday's video because that is
Thursday's yesterday.
I wasn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, do your outro.
Let me get there.
I'm not even supposed to do the outros. This is her thing.
Gosh, watch Tuesday's video because that's been the main event for the past like month. And then watch yesterday's vlog. Go ahead and like it up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Drop a question if you have any or any recommendations, topics, whatever it may be. Leave it in the comments. And we will see you next week for Tuesday's video and Friday's podcast if you are listening to us on Spotify. I want to go play with my baby now.
Yeah, we gotta wake him up or else he's not gonna sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.